You think you understand something until you try to explain it, and suddenly you can't. That weird moment? That's not a memory problem. It's something deeper. Most of us have felt this, especially during exams or even casual conversations. You read something, it makes sense. You nod along like, yeah, got it. But then someone asks you to explain it, and your mind just goes blank. Honestly, this used to confuse me a lot. Like, how can something feel so clear in your head and then disappear the second you try to use it? Think about this for a second. Maybe you've watched a lecture or read a chapter twice or even highlighted half the page, and somehow it still doesn't stick. That's not because you're bad at learning. It's because of something called the illusion of competence. It basically means you feel like you understand something, but you actually don't. And yeah, it's way more common than people think. The problem is traditional studying kind of feeds this illusion. You reread notes, you recognize terms, everything feels familiar. And your brain goes, cool, we know this. But recognition isn't the same as understanding. It's like recognizing a song versus being able to sing it from memory. Very different things. Now here's the key part. Real understanding shows up when you try to explain something, in your own words.
Not repeating definitions, not copying phrases, just explaining it simply, like you're talking to a friend who has no idea what you're talking about. And this is where most people struggle, because the moment you try to simplify something, you start noticing gaps. You pause more, you hesitate, you say things like, wait, I think. That's not failure, that's clarity. That's your brain finally being honest. There's actually a method built around this idea. It's called the Feynman Technique, and it's surprisingly simple, but also kind of uncomfortable at first. Here's how it works. You take something you're trying to learn. Could be anything, a concept, a theory, even a small topic, and instead of rereading it again, you try to teach it out loud, like you're explaining it to a beginner. No fancy words, no jargon, just simple language. If you get stuck, that's your signal. That's the exact spot where your understanding is weak. So you go back, review just that part, and then try again. Explain it again. Simplify it more, until it feels natural, until you don't have to think so hard about it. Let that sink in. Most people avoid this step because it feels slow. It feels messy, and honestly, it kind of exposes you. But that's exactly why it works. I remember trying this before an exam once. I thought I understood everything pretty well, but when I sat down and tried to explain the topic out loud, I couldn't even get through the first idea without stopping. That was a bit frustrating, not gonna lie, but after fixing those gaps, something changed. I didn't just remember the topic, I actually understood it. And the weird part? I didn't have to revise it again and again after that.
It just stayed. That's the shift. From memorizing to understanding. From confusion to clarity. Now here's something most people miss. You don't need hours to do this. Even 10 to 15 minutes of explaining something deeply is way more effective than an hour of passive reading. Because your brain is doing real work. It's organizing ideas, connecting dots, not just absorbing, but building. And yeah, it might feel slower in the beginning, but over time, it actually saves you a lot of effort. You stop needing constant revision. You stop forgetting things so easily. And learning starts to feel lighter, more natural. Think about that. What if the reason studying feels exhausting is not because of the amount, but because of the method? So here's the takeaway. If you can't explain something simply, you probably don't understand it yet. And that's okay. That's not a weakness. That's just where you are right now. The goal isn't to rush through topics, it's to actually get them. One clear idea at a time. So next time you study, try this instead. Close your notes, look away from the screen, and just explain. Even if it feels awkward, even if you mess up, that's the point. because that's where real learning begins. And over time, you'll notice something. You're not just remembering more, you're thinking better. And that changes everything. If this made you pause and rethink how you study, try it once today, just one topic. And if it clicks for you, share this with someone who's been struggling too, and maybe drop a comment about what you tried. And if you want more calm, practical ideas like this, you can subscribe and stay around.